So these are all the books I've read this year. Shit. Hello everyone. So in this video I'm going to talk about the books I've read this year, give you short description and mainly my review, and I'll rate it on a scale of 1 to 5. So yeah, let's get started then. So the first book that I have is Haunting Adeline, and I honestly didn't really like this book, mainly because it's not my thing. I usually like to read classics and not smut. I'll give it 2 stars, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people like it, but it's not my thing, honestly. So yeah. So the next book. So then we have Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I really loved and struggle with her writing because this is written nearly 200 years ago, more than that. So the writing is very different from what we read nowadays. It is maximalist writing, so you'll find a lot of words, you'll see sentences that run throughout the whole page. You'll find words that you've never seen before, but if you kind of can get over this stage, and you really like it because it is not just romance, it's a very nice, cute sort of romance. So their first impression between Elizabeth and Darcy isn't the best, but they kind of it changes, and it also dwells on society back then marriage and how everything works in that era. So it's a very nice book. I'll give it a 4 stars. So then we have The Catcher in the Rye. I made a video about this. I really love the book. It's really cute. So anyways, so it's about this cynical, self-obsessed 16-year-old. Well, he is 16, and when you read it, if you're kind of that age, you'll see that you'll find a lot of similarities between you and the character, and it's a really good book in my opinion. It does have a profanity, but it is something. It's a book that kind of changes as you grow, or so. Let's say, if I read this 10 years later, my view will change of the book, and so on. I really liked it, I'd say, because it's a classic, and yeah, I'll give it 4 stars. So now we have a short story by Fyodor Dostoevsky. It's called The White Knights, just White Knights. So this book. It's very short. It's only about 40 pages, I think. So you can finish it in one sitting. I think it's a very good beginner book if you really want to get into Dostoevsky and his writing. So this book is about this dreamer. I don't really know. Just kind of read. I'm not gonna tell you anything. It is worth it. It's very short and you can finish it. I'll give it 4.5 stars. So next we have The Perks of Being a Wallflower. So this book is this book is based on this book is about coming of age. It's about this kid Charlie who is going through puberty. He's going through a lot of changes. He doesn't have many friends, and so it's written in epistolary format. So Charlie, he writes letters to you, and so Charlie, he has a lot of emotional struggles. He's a very emotional child, so he cries a lot, and I really like the book because I see a lot of myself in Charlie, and yeah, the book also has a lot of song references, so you should definitely check it out, and it's really nice. It's a bit sad, I'd say, but it is I think it's very verisimilitude, so it is very accurate. It's a very accurate representation of teenagers and what goes on in their head. So I'll give this book 4.5 stars because of how much I loved reading it and how much I could um, empathize with the empathize with Charlie. So next we have another novella. I'm pretty sure you heard about this, The Old Man and the Sea, by Ernest Hemingway. I bought this book a long time ago. I think it was like 8 or 9 years ago, but I didn't read it up until a few days ago, and it's a very nice book. This one quote I wrote in the cover: "A man can be destroyed but not defeated." It kind of explains the whole book. It's a very nice read, honestly. It's my first book from Ernest Hemingway. I'll read more of his later on, and it's a very beautiful story about struggle and a lot of things. I definitely think you should read this, and I think it's a 4.5 stars. So we have another short story that I read. It's also very small. It's only like 60 pages, I think. And so this book, Foster, it's about this girl who goes to live with one of her distant relatives, and she feels she's treated differently from what she used to be at her own home. So she's more loved, and it's a very beautiful short story, and it's definitely worth reading because it's again a very short story. You can read it in one sitting, and it's really nice. Honestly, I'll give it a 4.5 stars. So next we have The Picture of Dorian Gray. I couldn't find the book only containing that novel, but I did find this book. So Picture of Dorian Gray is about this guy, Dorian Gray, who sells his soul for eternal youth, and then pays the price. It's in short words, it's basically that how hedonism and narcissism can destroy not only you but everyone around you as well. It's a very it's classified as gothic horror. It is not really a horror story, I'd say, but it is a very good story. It kind of shows you what being narcissist can do to you, and it's a very nice book. I'd say I'll give it a 4 stars. And this is written quite a while ago, so the prose may not be very likable at first, but as you pass a certain stage, you'll really like reading it. So next we have Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami, and I'm a big fan of Murakami. I find his writings very dreamy in a way. So he somehow manages to weave reality and dreams so eloquently together. It is very nice to read. So this book is a bit different. If you read Kafka on the Shore or any of his other books, is this book is very verisimilitude. So it doesn't have any dreaminess or something paranormal. It's just a very accurate representation of this high school student in Tokyo. So I'll rate this a 4.5 stars. I really loved reading it, honestly. It was very nice. So next we have Crime and Punishment. It's this reading this kind of gave me an existential crisis. So Dostoevsky really writes in this book. It's a translation, but you kind of still get this very agitated sort of feeling when you read it. Like you do feel very uneasy as you kind of read along, and you can feel the main character Raskolnikov and everything that is going around. And I believe it's written very well. Even though it's a translation, it is very nice. And so this book is about the crime that Raskolnikov commits, and for the next 500 pages or so, he just gets punished for it psychologically. And so if you're into that, you should definitely read it. I mean, it's a Dostoevsky writing is something that you should read in your lifetime. It's just magnificent, honestly. I'll give this a 5 stars. So next we have The Nightingale by Kristin Hanna. So this book is about World War II in Nazi-occupied France, but it's not about battlefields and everything, but it's about women's struggle during the war. So these two sisters, Isabella and Vianne, how they're separated by a few years, and how they have different views on life and how they use it to help during the war. And it's a lovely book. It's a book about war when it's about book about women in war when they weren't talked about enough. This I'll give this a 5 stars. So next we have The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini, and this book is about betrayal, friendship, and redemption. It's devastatingly beautiful. So it's a book that nearly made me cry. And if you're about to read this, if you want to read this, have a box of tissues with you when you start, because it is very sad, honestly. And the writer writes in a way that you kind of know from the start that it's sad, and it is a bit slow paced, but it is beautiful. It's really good, and it's just lovely, and I really love this. And yeah, you should definitely read this if you want to have a good cry. Yeah, 5 stars. Then I have The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and I did make a video about one of the quotes from the book, Beauty is Terror. And this book is kind of a new personality on almost. So, and it's dark academia book, so it gives you this very sophisticated elitist vibe when you read it. It's like you wanna wear a 3-piece suit sit in a grand library whilst having a cigar and cup of coffee while you read this book. It's very it's hauntingly, it's dark, but it's very nice. All the characters in this book are flawed. The only thing they care about is classics and the Greek. They don't care about the modern world, and so they end up doing things which are not right. It's a very dark book, and it's lovely. Honestly, that's definitely one of the best books I've read ever, and yeah, you should definitely give it a try. 5 stars. Last but not least, I have Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. I made a video about this, and it is just beautiful. I will not tell you anything about this book. I just want you to read it. I mean, if you're gonna take anything from this video, it's that you should read this book. I suggest it 100%. Don't read any reviews or any sort of thing on Goodreads. Just buy it and read it, and you'll see. And you can trust me on this. I love this book, and yeah, it's, I don't know, 10 stars honestly out of 5. It's just perfect. So anyways, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.